Hello guys, this is Sandra here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. It's lovely to have you here and I hope you're gonna stick around. Hey guys, I'm just gonna quickly pop in to explain a few things, so don't mind my face. But basically I just wanted to explain why I didn't post last Friday or any possible video on the Saturday. So with everything going on in the world, I just thought that I'm gonna skip those two uploads and just let everyone else speak instead of me. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the world at the moment with the pandemic and especially with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, which is really, really important, and my channel is too small to generate any income that I could donate, so I just decided to sort of silence myself and give voice to more bigger influencers, if it makes sense, so they can help with their donations. And this week I decided to come back just so I can maybe, I don't know, offer some, distraction. That's the word, I just can't talk. But yes, there's a lot going on at the moment, so please educate yourself. We are all in this together. I will again come back this week, but I will leave some link throughout this week, well, some links throughout this week in my description box, so if you want to help yourself, then you can, even just from the comfort of your own home, or read through some things and we can all learn together. So I just wanted to pop in to quickly explain that, and now we can move on to the video. Today it's another project pen starting point, and this is the Once Upon a Pen project pen, which is based on Once Upon a Time. And last year, last year I basically binged through all the episodes and all the seasons, and I started watching it when it first came out, but I think we were like 2 seasons in and I had to wait for the next one. And you know when you have to wait for like half a year and then you forget and never get back to it? So that was me until I found it again last year on Netflix. I'm not sure it's still there, but anyway, I started watching it, I got sucked in because, well, it's fairy tales, but a bit more modern and with a twist. I found it such smart, like, not necessarily screenwriting, but the story itself is so smart. I don't know who came up with it. Brilliant story. And I loved it, and I'm so sad that it's finished. After I finished, I was like, what am I gonna do with myself? What now? All good things come to an end at some point, I guess. And I've seen this project pen and I'm like, okay, I need to jump on this. I love this show, I have to do it. So it's a PANtastic ladies project pen, which is a Facebook group who basically they just focus on anything pen related. They have loads of different themed project pens, and it's a great team, or like a great group, I guess, to be a part of if you like project penning. And we will update every single month from the 9th of June till the 9th of December. And mine is just going up on the 8th because that's what makes sense with my scheduling. But basically we have 8 different categories, and 8 category is based on a different character in the series. And then you have to choose a product, obviously, that matches with the description, and that's what we're gonna pen. Now, I don't know yet if I'm gonna do it in a rolling project pen style or not, meaning that if I hit a goal in a product, will I roll in a different one in the same category, or will I just use the 8 products? I might just stick to 8 and not roll in anything if I hit my goal before the 9th of December. Just because I have other projects going on as well, and also it's only half a year, so let's not overstretch myself because I have a tendency to do that, but I guess we'll see as we go along. I think that's all I have to say to you before we jump into the categories. Also, if you like my makeup, I will leave everything in the description box of what I'm wearing, but for now, let's hop in. So the first category and person obviously had to be Swan, who's the savior, and the corresponding product has to be a product that saves the day. And I was thinking about it, like, what should I go with? And I decided to go with a setting spray. And this is not necessarily the setting spray that saves the day all the time. I like all my setting sprays I have at the moment, but I decided to go with this one because it barely has anything left in it. And this is the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. And I put a little washi tape on the side of it, so you can easily see where I am at the moment. So as you can see, I don't have a lot left at all. There's a little bit left, but I don't use this setting spray every single day, so you know, we'll see how long it takes, but it shouldn't really take me more than 6 months, definitely. I'm pretty sure this will be gone, let's say the halfway mark, or maybe even before that, just because, again, there's not a lot left in there. And for me, a setting spray truly is a savior product, because sometimes when usually I watch a video while I get ready in the mornings, and sometimes I can get a bit, you know, overboard with powder products. It's not necessarily just the setting powder, but like, you know, the bronzer and the highlighter and the blush and all that. And sometimes even though it looks nice, I feel like it looks a bit too much. So then just, you know, I take a setting spray, spritz it over, and it just helps to melt the products into my skin and just makes it look altogether better. So that's why I went with the setting spray as a savior product, and we'll see how long this takes. Again, it shouldn't take too long, but it's a great option from the drugstore if you're looking for an affordable setting spray. The second category or person is Henry Mills, who is the sun, and this should correspond to a product that's something you couldn't live without. And this was a bit of a headache to choose. Also, sorry for looking down, that's where I have my list. So this was a bit of a headache because I was thinking, okay, what are the products that I always need to have with me? And first I thought, oh, hand cream, because I'm the girl who always have a hand cream in her bag. Everywhere I go, I have a hand cream with me because my hands can get so incredibly dry. I need one. But I'm like, oh, that's quite a boring product to pan. Two, I don't really have any hand creams that I want to pan. I have one that's in my purse and one that's on my table at home. And that's all the hand creams I have at the moment. I used to hoard hand cream, but I think I calmed down a little bit. So I'm like, okay, I don't need a hand cream purge at the moment. Like, I don't need to get through any, so I'm not sure about that. And I thought, okay, let's do makeup remover or cleanser, because I'm someone who wears makeup almost every single day. Even now that we are at home, I still tend to wear makeup about 4 or 5 times a week, and obviously I have to take it off. So I'm like, maybe I could do that, but I'm like, again, that's a bit of a boring product. And because I like to use creamy cleansers, most of those tubes are not see-through anyway. So then I thought, okay, something else. And I thought, oh, lip balm. So at the end I went with this, and this is something I can quite easily throw in my purse. It has a little bit of tint to it, but not too much. And also I'm working on becoming fully cruelty-free. I mean, I have been cruelty-free for years, but I still have so much stuff in my kit or in my stash that isn't. So I thought this is perfect. And this is the Maybelline Baby Lips lip balm, and in my notebook I have them all marked there, but I will show you just for now. That's what we have left. As you can see, it's not too much, but knowing me, it will still take me so much time. I had this for so long, but it still smells completely fine, so I decided to use it up. And again, I have nothing against it. It's quite nice, and I have something that's a bit more nourishing for the nighttime, but when I'm out and about and I feel like my lips are chapped, this is perfect. Again, usually next to my hand cream, I have a lip balm with me as well on the go. Not like I'm going to anywhere really at the moment, but you know, I can still use this. Just keep it on my table, keep it with all my project pen items, and this could be perfect. And again, lip balm is something that I always have to have and I can't live without, just like hand cream. So I thought this could be a nice addition for this project, because also I have quite a lot of other projects going on. So I had to make sure that I choose products that will go along nicely with them. If you want to see more of my project pens, I can link them in that corner. So you can check them out as well if you want to see more project penning content. But now let's move on to the next person, and the next person is Snow White, or Mary Margaret, who is the teacher in the series. And basically we had to choose a white or a blood red product. And I chose a blood red lipstick, or it's quite dark red. And this is from Revlon, and this is the Black Cherry lipstick. It's quite an iconic shade. Let me swatch it for you. Actually, it's a bit purpley, but I think it suits blood red. It is super, super deep, so I'm not sure how well I'm gonna get on with this, because whenever I have a lip product, generally I'm not really good with those, especially if they are super dark, because you don't need a lot of them. You know, with a nude you can just go back and forth and be quite happy, but when it's a dark lip product like this, it takes a bit longer, so we'll see. Obviously I don't want to use up the whole thing by the time of this project, and it's not gonna happen in half a year unless I use this every single day, but this is more of like a winter kind of color, especially on my pale skin. It will take a while, but we'll see. I will try to give it a good go, and if I don't want to use it full impact, I can always just dab a little bit in as well and maybe go on top of it with the lip balm. That has just a slight pink tint to it. Let me actually show you that as well so you can see it doesn't have much color at all. Barely anything. So maybe I can use it that way as well. Oh, there's the balm. You can't even really see it. But I thought this could be perfect for the Snow White category. Again, will I be able to use up a lot of it? I don't know. I feel like especially now with summer coming, I'm not going to use it way too much. But I think once the colder weather hits again, I will be a bit more inclined to use it, just because it's typically that kind of wimpy color that you just want to use when the weather is not that great. But I will try to, again, wear it in the summertime as well, just dabbed on the lips, but we'll see. Historically speaking, I'm not really good with those kind of colors, but, well, I didn't have anything white that I wanted to work on, so we went with blood red. The next person, obviously, after Snow White had to be Prince Charming or David Nolan, and he is the hero category, and this is a product that you can always rely on that it will work. For me, that had to be a highlighter from Becca. You heard me talking about Becca all the time, either the highlighter drops. I don't think I talked a lot about this one, but I talked a lot about my powder highlighters as well. But I did not want to talk about a powder highlighter because those take ages. So I decided to use this one instead. So this is the Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid in the shade Champagne Pop. So I have a little bit today as well on my shoulder there, which will be perfect for the summertime. I also have mixed it in with my foundation today. So there are loads of different ways to use it, and especially in the summertime I love, you know, the glow. I mean, who am I kidding? I love a glow all year round. If you've been around my channel for a while, you'll know I love a glow all year round, not just in the summer. But I love mixing in liquid highlighters in my foundation to give them a bit more glow and a bit more slip. And with this one, it's quite hard to see through. I think it's because it's almost completely full. I mean, there are little bits and cracks through here where I can see, but I can't really see through the bottle a lot. So I decided to measure it. And guys, if you've seen any of my other project pens or my project penner tag, again, link it here, you will know I'm not one to measure. But because I can't see through this at all, and otherwise it would be boring, you know what? I put it on my kitchen scale. So I don't know how accurate it's going to be, because obviously I think there are these special like measuring little scales that have like perfect measurements for makeup, but I only have a kitchen scale. So I went with that. So at the moment it's 76 grams. So we'll see how much I can take it down, but again, I can mix it in with my foundation. I can use it on top of my foundation. I did both today actually. I mean, I have something else on my cheeks as well, but I like a good glowy complexion, so I don't think this should be a problem. Now, because there's so much in it, originally there is 50 mils, so obviously I don't have 50 mils in here. Or hold on, for you Americans it's 1.7 fluid ounces. Again, to me that says nothing, but 50 mils, and I can't use up this much in half a year. I cannot. Especially because I like to use other liquid highlighters as well. But I will definitely give it a good go, and I think I can do good damage on this. So we'll see how far we go. It will be quite interesting to see. So the next product is Regina Mills, or the Evil Queen. Oh, her character was so good. And basically this is the badass category. For some reason that word is always so hard for me. I don't know why. Anyone non-English speaking, I mean, as in like if English is not your first language, is that hard for you to say as well? I don't know why I'm struggling. But anyway, so this is a product that makes you feel like a queen. And again, it took me a long time to like think like, okay, what does make me feel like a queen? And at the end I got to the conclusion that either really clear glowy skin, but I already have a liquid highlighter, so I could not go down that route. And I was like, oh, a dark lip. I love a dark lip. And I already have a dark lipstick in there, but I found a lip liner. So this is from MAC. If you can see already, it's tiny. Like, there's not a lot left of this, but this is the lip liner in the shade Beat. It's a little bit lighter than the lipstick, but if I want to, I can use the two together. And I remember when I bought it, oh my god, I was on top of the world. I thought I'm the best thing since, I don't know, Easter eggs. I love this color, and that's what it looks like. So you can see it's a little bit further away from the lipstick, but if I really want to, I can make the two work together, or it's a beautiful lip color by itself as well. And I feel like it's one of those slightly darker red lips that works both in the summer and in the winter. So I thought, why not? Now, if you know any cruelty-free dupes to this, please help a girl out. This exact shade, because I'm missing it from my collection. I mean, I still have this, but once it's gone, I'm gonna really miss it from my collection. It's such a beautiful shade. But I thought, you know what? This does make me feel like a queen, and it did in the past as well, so this will be perfect. The next one is another one of my favorite characters, who's Rumpelstiltskin, or otherwise known as well as Mr. Gold. And he is the dark one. His character is so good. He's such a good actor. Oh, he went through so much change, just like Regina. Amazing. But this had to be a dark brown or gold product, and at the end I ended up with the Milani Brown Foil Fierce Foil Eyeliner. And so the packaging is gold, but the product itself is dark brown, so I thought, perfect. And I have it today smudged out as a little bit of liner as well, and that's how I love wearing it. And basically there's a little dip in it already. If you see it, well, you can see it when I turn it. It's hard to see on pictures. There's a little bit of a dip in the middle already, but not too much. But it's such a nice, it's a really interesting texture. It's sort of creamy, but it's still a powder, but it's still a cream. Like, I don't know, it's so weird to describe. And I had this for years, and it still feels super creamy. It's that color there. As you can see, it has a little bit of a shine to it. At the end of the day, it's called the Fierce Foil Eyeliner, and you can actually build it up to be slightly foily. Is that a word? I don't know. But I love using it just as a blurred out liner. I love it for that because it has a little bit of a creaminess to it. It just blends super easily. Does this work in the eyeliner? In the waterline? I actually don't know. That could be worth a try. But I wanted to work on this because I love it, and I always forget it, and now I have a dirty fingertip. But I wanted to give this a go and see how I can get on with it, because it's such a beautiful product and I tend to forget about it. So I'm like, no, it's time to work on this. It works perfectly. It's gold, it's brown, perfect for Rumpelstiltskin. So we're gonna go with this. Oh, and by the way, I just want to hit pan on it. Can I do it in 6 months? I don't know how deep this is. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell how deep the pen goes down, so I guess we'll see. I would love to, but I don't know. I mean, there's 2 grams of product in there, so it can't be that deep, I assume, but 2 grams of eyeliner still goes a long way. Second to last category is Belle, who's the bookworm, bookworm, right? I think so. I swear I can speak English, just some words I have trouble with, okay? So please forgive me. But this is the product that you read about or like the reviews about and bought it. So for me, that's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and it's one of those products that was quite hard to get in the UK because you can't buy Physicians Formula in the shops. You can find it online, but obviously sometimes it's hard to see what color you actually need. So once I went home in Hungary, you can actually get Physicians Formula in the drugstore. Then they decided not to be cruelty-free anymore, didn't they? But I bought it already, and it's the light bronzer shade. I really love this. The scent of it is amazing, and I'm not working with any bronzers at the moment, I think. So I decided to throw this in. Why not? It's a nice bronzer, and you know, we're coming up to the summer. We all like to be bronzy, so I decided to put this in. I think I can hit pan on this in half a year. It shouldn't be that hard. But, I mean, famous last words. It'll be easier to see in a month's time, I guess, how much I used it. And then the last product is for Killian Jones or Captain Hook. Handsome chap. He's so nice. I love his character. He's that typical slightly bad guy who's a bit cheeky as well, and you just cannot help but love him. Obviously he was a pirate, so his product has to be something pirate, ship or treasure related. And I think with this one I went quite far away from the topic, but it sort of relates. Hear me out. So pirates are hunting for treasure, right? And most of that treasure is usually gold. So I found a gold eyeshadow, and this is from my Tom Ford Eye and Cheek Compact from the summer of 2015, so it's an old product. And this has this beautiful gold. If anything looks slightly different, I'm sorry, my camera died on me again, so I had to change the batteries, but we're back. So I was saying that I guess went a bit further down the pirate route, but it's a gold shadow and they hunt for gold and treasure. So I went with this beautiful gold shade in this palette. That one, it's a beautiful topper shade, but also it works quite nice as a highlighter. I have it in the inner corners of my eyes today, and it just gives it a little bit of a sparkle, but I guess I could have applied it on top as well. Let's see what difference that makes actually. Oh, that's nice. That works great with the orange. Not sure how much you'll be able to see it in the camera. You probably look quite awkward right now, but hopefully you can tell the difference. Let me just even it out. So this palette, hold on, let me try not to blind you. But this was my pen, that palette last year, along with a palette from Ilamasca. So that's why there's quite a lot of pen on it. And maybe it will also mean that I reach for the palette more in general. I used a little bit of the peachy and the champagne shade today as a highlighter as well on top of my blush, and it looks beautiful. I also used the champagne shade on my brow bone. And with this product, the thing is, it's perfect as a topper, but by itself, I mean, maybe some people would use it just by itself on their lid, but it doesn't give off enough color, or at least not how I prefer my makeup. So if you want a really natural lid where it has a bit of sheen, you can see it's just here, so maybe you can do it, but for me personally it's just not quite there. But it's beautiful, the quality, I mean, it's Tom Ford, it's amazing. Now before I did this video I had to scrape a little bit off of the top of it because it had a little bit of hard pan going on. So I don't think it should take me a really long time to hit pan, because I can't be that far, although the pens are fairly deep, but at the same time you only need the smallest amount to give enough shine to your eyes. So I think I can do it in 6 months. I'm just not sure I'm gonna be there, you know, in like a month's time or something. So I think it will take me a little bit of time, but that's what I chose for Killian, and I'm excited to see how far I can go. But that's it, guys. That's all my products for the Once Upon a Pen project pen. Thanks for the PANtastic ladies for coming up with amazing ideas. I love, 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 love this. If it wasn't sure, you know, before I had to say love like 600,000 times. Again, I loved Once Upon a Time, so for me to at least relive some of the amazing moments from the series this way, it's perfect. It combines makeup and an amazing series, so what's not to like? But that's it. I will leave all infos below so you can check it out for yourself. But for now I'm gonna go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please, please, please consider subscribing. It would mean so much to me. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and I have the occasional Saturday videos sprinkled in, and basically it's about makeup and project penning. I have tutorials, I have a beauty quiz, I talk about my collection and inventory, and just generally try to have fun with makeup. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell so you don't miss anything. And if anything else, I will see you next month with the update of this. Otherwise, I will see you on Wednesday. But for now, I'm gonna go. I hope you have a lovely day, and bye-bye.